everybody, hello. We're back with the hashtag ABC April 2025, and today is the 9th of April and we're up to H. Look at that, we've nearly done one whole column already, my goodness. And today the suggested prompts are hardware, hinged, haberdashery, or hidden something. So there's plenty there to be going on with. Hardware, oh yeah, loads. Okay, but I'm actually going to select hidden, and I'm going for hidden paper clips. And I know you all have a way to make these, but the way I make them is so easy. You can't go wrong, guys. You seriously cannot go wrong. So what I'm going to start, this is what we're aiming for, something that looks a bit like this. And I've lost my fake journal page. Don't know where it's gone, but it will go onto the page. Let's choose a straight side like that. So you'll have that, and you can tuck things up underneath it. It's strong enough to hold it in, and that's what it'll be like when you turn the page over. So once again, you can tuck something into there, journaling card, some extra journaling paper, photograph, whatever it may be. So we're going to learn how to do those today, and you'll be amazed how quick and how easy they are. I used mushrooms on this one because, as you know, I've got a botanical theme kind of going on for my folio that we will eventually be making. So I used some leaves and some fussy cut leaves and mushrooms and toadstools. So there we are. So let's get cracking. So I'm going to take a piece of, this is a part of a piece of, A4 in my case. If you're in the States, use your 11 by, 11 by 8.5, I think. Just use that, just treat them interchangeably. And I've cut it long ways. And here are my things that I want to stick on it. So I just want it about, that's quite nice, isn't it? About the right height for that. So I'm going to make a mark where I'd like that to be. So it's about there. So I've got enough height for that. Okay, let's leave that one out, otherwise I'll be wondering which one I was going to do. And then just slice your paper down, or card, or whatever it is you're using, at that height. Don't have to be terribly exact. There we go. And next up, you want to fold your paper in half lengthways like this. Stop fighting me, paper. Crease that down and burnish it into place. And then take each half and fold it back towards that centre fold that you've made. Like so. Burnish that one in. Same with the other side. Oh, it's getting dirty, but it doesn't matter, you never see that. Fold that in like that. There we go. Right, so you should end up with a bit of paper that looks like that. So it's a W. Not if you put it that way, it's an M. However, ultimately the paper clip will go there. These will get stuck down. There's your hidden paper clip. Easy as that. I mean, it's really that easy. It's easy peasy. So I'm going to take my vintage photo and I'm just going to ink around it, just in case there's any bits that you can see. Sometimes you just don't fold it that accurately. Well, I don't. And I don't like it when you can see the cream. You can use white, you can use any colour you like for this, because really kind of at the end of the day you won't actually see that much of it. going to get folded like that. So I want to make sure I do this edge here. And this edge here. And I better do that one because sometimes you can just see that one. So yeah, I've inked the whole thing. Right. So there we go. That's what it looks like. Now I want to cover both of the sides that will be visible. I want mine to go on the side because I've allowed on the folio about 3/8 of an inch. So that's where the paper clip's going to go. I want mine to go on the side, so I want it up and down. You could make it kind of narrower and have it on the top, in which case you'd need to decorate it this way. So have a think about where you want it to go, side or top, before you do it. This kind of size fits Timmy mini dolls really nicely. We aren't doing mini dolls, but you know it does. Should that fit into your journal? Then I'm going to take some papers. These are Temu papers. They are cheap and very cheerful. And really anyone will do. Oh, I quite like that one. Let's use that one. But you know, you can use anything you've got in your stash. And I'm just going to put ink, don't be silly, this stuff, which is not ink, glue. Getting towards the time to fill my bottles up again. I must have been doing some crafting. You can always tell when I've been busy because my glue bottles need filling up regularly. So there we are, that's that on. And I'm just going to stick that onto there. Not over that crease, but right up to it. Get it square on the paper. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Then I can just cut off the spare. Come on. Lovely. So that's going to go like that. And now we want to do this side. So I'm just going to do exactly the same. Use that remnant of paper that I've got there. It's really nice, that paper. It's I can assure you it isn't me buying anything. It's Mr. F. He buys, because he wants to make this model, this fancy model that he's going to get for his birthday, which is on the 20th. He's buying all these things from Temu, like tiny little saws and oh, I can't begin to explain to you what he's all buying, but lots of stuff. Which way shall I put it? I'll put it there. Keep the remnant as useful as I can. There we go. Yeah, and I think he feels, oh, he's buying all this stuff for him, he better buy something for me. So he's coming out with some crackerjack stuff. But actually most of it is really nice, and I really like this paper. He did well there. The boy done good. Just straighten that up along there. Lovely. So I've got a useful remnant there. Excellent. Something else to put in my remnant drawer. Right, so that's that. This side, that's that. This side, that's where the... Oh yeah, that's where the paper clip's going to go. So it's going to fit onto our page like that. So it's going to go on, well, it doesn't matter, like that, whatever. When we get the paper clip in, it'll all become apparent. Hopefully. Right, so now I'm going to ink round these because they look a bit clean for our journal. So I'm going to use my vintage photo. And just ink, like we did yesterday on the tag, sorry. And just around the edges, a little more at the corners. These are great because once you've got the hang of making these, you can do anything you like with them. You know, you can really, really timmy them up. But all I want to do today, my main aim, my only aim today is to show you how to actually make the hidden paperclip part. Because once you've got that, there's nothing stopping you. You can go right ahead and do all sorts of things and have fun doing it. Oh, I've got a candle in here today and it's really nice. It's fresh linen, I think it is. That's my favourite. So they're inked with the vintage photo. Now I'm going to get my gathered twigs into operation. And that's just a bit darker. So just on some of the corners, just build it up. So it looks nice and grungy. Let's do this corner. That's probably all that needs, really. Looks quite nice. This one. Oh, I'm sorry if I was off the bottom. This has got glue on it and it's taken the ink in a really different way, which I really rather like. So just have patience, build up the layers. You could decorate this anyhow. You could go in with your brayer. There's so many things that you could do to this. You could dibby-dabby it with ink. Loads of stuff you could do. So there we are. That's that. That's the other side. So let's decorate it before we put the paper clip in. It's just easier that way. So we've got text on this, so we've got an obvious top, which makes it quite easy. I don't know, does this fit? Oh, look at that, it just fits on perfectly. Oh boy, yeah, I'm having that. So I'm going to take my vintage photo and just go around the outside, because I left a bit of a white margin on these because some of them were a bit tricky to cut out. And these fussy cuts came from this lady on Etsy. I'll let you read that yourself. It's a bit rude. So should you wish to have these exact fussy cuts, but I'm sure you've got fussy cuts of your own. Failing that, I'm sure you've got dies that will cut you nice things that you might want to use on these. Honestly, I can't enforce enough that the world really is your oyster, and you can make them any size. I'm just going to put a little bit in there and there because it's quite white because I didn't cut that out. There we are. I don't think I need anything else on there apart from that. Well, apart from one other thing. And I'm going to use a label. I've got these labels. I got them off Ali so many moons ago. And they are this sort of shape. I've got two there. They're stickers. I'm just thinking one of those might look quite nice there. Or there. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to ink around all of it because the likelihood is I will be. I'm coming into the centre quite a lot because it's quite bright white, that. And it's much easier to do this when it's still on its sticker back than after you've taken it off, because that becomes a bit impossible. So I'm just going to dirty that up a bit. And I'm going to put it down there, and I want to stamp something on there. So let's get the field notes stamped out and see what I can put on there. Does identification fit? That's a bit long. I'll use that number. That's the number I used last time. It's still actually on my block. So I'm just going to put that there. Perfect. Oh, I haven't even got a wet wipe out today. Let's get a wet wipe. You'd think they would think of something better, a better way to get in and out of wet wipes. So if you're pulling out 1000 all at once. There we go. Oh, I'm moaning again. Must be happy. Right, I want to cut that down, and I don't trust myself to cut that anything like straight, because I'm rubbish at things like that. So I'm going to use my guillotine. And just to get that, I just want the edge of it really. There we are. Look at that. That's lovely. So while I've got it, I'll just ink down there as well. I'm just going to take my very dark, well, my much darker one. I wouldn't call it very dark. There we go, and I'm going to stick that on there first. So as I said, it's a sticker. So peel the release tape off. And I'm going to put that down there. Like so. That can go on there. Yep, and just the other side. Let's have a look at the stamps first before I commit. They're nice big numbers. Let's go for those. Put that other one away. Put this one on my block, and let's have a look. Upside down. Of course it is. Of course it is. So I'm going to do the same thing, put it kind of there. That's fine. There we are. You can stamp anything. Oh, nothing. You don't even have to use a label if you don't want. I like the way it looks. I just like it. So I'm hoping that VersaFine's dry. And I'm going to cut that off there. That's quite near those numbers, so yeah, we're all right. There we go, and that is waste. Waste, I said. Yeah. Take my dark brush and just ink along that edge. Right, so now what am I going to stick on there? For decoration, I don't know. What about this one? I've got lots here to choose from. So if I have that there, I could have that there, and it's a bit big, and that. What's that look like? Looks all right. Or I could have the toadstool there and the leaf there. Does that look better? Yeah, I think it might actually. So let's stick this down then. Right on the edge, but not over it. There we are, and I think the leaf needs to go down next, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm just going to use my vintage photo and just go around the edges of this. Just in keeping really with the otherwise very grungy journal. There we go. So I'm keeping my toadstool in the place where I want it to be, so I can stick this in behind it. Like that, I think looks okay to me. So I've completely lost my towel now. Press that down, then we can do the same with this. Let's go over the very white bits. Just realised this morning we've got a tulip in the garden. I'm sure it wasn't there last year. But Mr. F has been busy in the garden. He's really tidied it up a lot. That can go there. That looks nice. It's not so bright and sunny here today. It's cooler a bit, but they promise us that over the weekend, this is Wednesday, yeah, from now till Sunday at least, it's going to be really, really nice. So that's something to look forward to. And this just, I'm not putting any leaves behind it. I just really like this one. I can't find anything more in the house that needs washing. I've washed absolutely everything there is. And there we go. Doesn't that look nice? Looks lovely. Okay, so now we're at the stage of actually making the hidden paper clip. So we've got a piece of paper that looks like a W. We've decorated both ends. So now fold it over again in the middle like that. Take a paper clip. It can be any paper clip you've got. These happen to be what I've got and what I laid my hands on. And I'm going to use the green ones. They seem to come in green, purple, lilac and electric blue. I don't know, but this is what I've got. And, well, before you do that, let's put the glue back in its stand. I want to use double-sided, and I don't know whether to put it on first or second, but never mind. I'm going to put that fairly centrally, so let's put that there. Let's just fold that over and put that there. Trim that off. Burnish it down. And pick, where's my tweezers? Oh, they're sharp. Pick the release tape off. And slide your paper clip on, and it really doesn't matter whether it's that way or that way, it doesn't matter. And you've got to be fairly brutal with it to get it over that double-sided, but you will, don't worry. So that's now lying on top of the double-sided, so it's got to help to stick already. Oh, that really hurt when I jabbed myself with my with these. They are sharp. So now we're going to glue it, and I'm going to use this glue because it's got slightly stronger finish to it. And I'm going to make sure I've got loads around that paper clip, on the paper clip, down the sides of the paper clip, in the middle of the paper clip. Make sure you've got plenty. I know we've got double-sided tape on there, but we need more than that. And then the rest of that bit. My glue's decided to go silly. There we go. And that folds over. No, this piece folds over. Your decorated piece folds over there like that. Press it down good and firmly. And you can just pop a couple of clips on that if you want to, just to hold it. While we do the other side. If you make sort of batch making these, you can get them up to this stage, you know, do your others up to this stage, then come back and do the other part of it. Wounded soldier. So now we need glue everywhere here. I'm just going to make sure I've got enough on the paper clip inside that bit there and down each side like that, and then I'm going to put my glue on this side so I can leave the clips in there. I don't know why this glue is misbehaving. It's in a bad mood. We've just had lunch. I've just finished lunch, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Mr. F had made a chicken curry. Oh my goodness me, it was so nice. Fortunately, he's made enough for tomorrow as well. So that's good news. He really is very good in the kitchen, I must say that. I'm very fortunate. But what he hasn't done yet is coffee dye me any paper. And I don't ask him again because I've asked him every day. And I'm turning into a nag. So I'm going to remove those two clips, press that down and put them back on. Just to hold it around the paper clip. And then press the rest of it down very firmly over the top of the clip. Like that. So there we are. Where's the other one that I did earlier? I've lost it. I've lost the one I did earlier. Did I show it to you? I showed it to you, didn't I? What's going on? I don't know. Where did I put that? It is indeed a mystery. It's a mystery. Haha, I found it. There it is. And there's the one that we've just done. Looks like that on that side. I can probably take those off now actually. And that on that side. So your piece of paper, which is now this piece, pretend that's a journal page. It slides on there like that. That's your front side there. Oh, it's gorgeous. And if it doesn't, sometimes they're really firm, the paper clips, and they won't allow you to go all the way in. But that's fine. We built that into the folio, if you remember, when we made it. So that's going to look rather nice, isn't it, on a piece of coffee stained paper, which I don't know where I put mine. I've lost it. It's over there somewhere. So that's one. That's the other one, which goes this way. So there we are, we've got 2. I mean, you don't want one on every sheet. There we are, 2 like that. But they do look nice, do you think? I like them. That's the other side. I do like them actually. I'm not a great mushroom lover. Don't often use mushrooms. You could use butterflies. How nice would they look with butterflies on? Very nice. So I'm just going to show you once again how to actually fold it, because that's the only bit you need to know. The decorating, you can decorate, as I just said, with butterflies, die cuts, stamps, anything that takes your fancy. So I'm just going to get myself another piece of A4 and I'm going to use this as my measurement. Okay, I want to be able to fit that. I'm just pretending, but I want to be able to fit that onto my paper clip. So that comes to about there. So I'm just going to draw a line there and trim that out. Can't remember which one it was I wanted now. Was it that one? No, that's much too big. But you can see the sort of size that you can get up to. I mean, you could make it a whole piece of A4 if you wanted, that would cover the entire side of your page. Cool, how nice would that be? But that's the size I opted for to fit that in. Okay, so then all you do is take your piece of paper, fold the ends together, squash it down like that, then take the loose end, fold it to the fold you've just made, like that. Take the other loose end, fold it into the centre again. Burnish that down. And there we have it. And your paper clip goes on the centre part of the W. Spread it out so it looks like a W, like that. And this is the bit you want to clip. So put your clip onto there, like that. Then you're going to glue these down, decorate them and glue them, and there's your altered paper clip there. Simple as that, guys. I mean, you don't get much more simple, do you really? Let's be honest, you don't. And yet they look pretty darn nice. I like them. So I'll leave that with you. Decorate them how you will. Make them whatever size you like. I like the idea of doing a whole A4 piece. That'd be great. I might just do that, you know. All right, my dears. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Wednesday. And those of you that aren't faring very well at the moment, I truly am thinking of you. I really am. I might not be in touch that often, but that's only because I don't want to bug you. But I really am thinking about you. So take care, everybody. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed, and thank you so much to everybody who has donated to Ko-fi. You do not know how much it means to me. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.